Hello and welcome to NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy semi-final as Oakham School host Tonbridge School. In the background there we have the Bath Smith Pavilion, named after the legendary captain who led Oakham to undefeated rugby, hockey and cricket seasons. But today the captain, Freddie Davies, is aiming to overcome George Head's charges and book a place in the final at Allianz Park next week. Before today's match gets underway, let's look at highlights with Tonbridge's victory over Hampton, Oakham overcoming Clifton, and last week's first semi-final, Bedford versus Epsom.
Well, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to Tonbridge School in Kent as we kick off our live streaming coverage of the NatWest Under-18 Schools Champions Trophy. And this afternoon's game, well, it sees Tonbridge taking on Hampton School in some quite picturesque conditions, and we've also got decent weather for hopefully some running rugby. So let's... And it's going to be Hampton to get us underway. Rowan Grundy with the ball and the white scrum cap. Mid-length restart, not going to get much competition on that from these players. It's just an immediate opportunity to set up the ruck in the middle of the field. They've gone for the aerial ball. It's a decent jump by Sitsis, but the ball is a little loose and it's found its way into the hands of Oliver Ward, and Ward could be going all the way here. What a sensational start this could be for Tonbridge. Try given, and Oliver Ward absolutely flying out of the blocks. Successful conversion as well. So Tonbridge taking full advantage of Hampton not dealing with the clear. Tough work at the back for Hampton and really good spoiling from Tonbridge. Now have they got another opportunity here, trying to isolate the last man to put Ward in again for another. Is it a high tackle? There is a penalty advantage being shown. But Tonbridge come again. Mullins looking for the offload. Good low body position there, but the tackle was excellent from Hampton. Now they come to the right. They're not going to get through the door that way. Ball is there for Mullins again. It's out for Sarah Weaver, and it will open up for the fullback now, who gets through for the try. Now this looks to be another break for Tonbridge. Wilkinson. The timing of the pass had to be perfect, and it was. And then a real burst of speed. Well, he's trying to go all the way under the post, and he will do. Just about gets the ball down under all sorts of pressure. But it's try number 3 for Tonbridge inside 20 minutes. And these are ominous signs for Hampton, who just don't seem to be able to do terribly much with it. Charlie Bow getting this one in, part of the London Irish Academy. The scrum's under real pressure there. He's got to try and get this one away, which he does. Grundy, gets it over the shoulder. This could be danger signs as Sporforth hacks it on. The chase is on as well, and it's being led by 2 Tonbridge shirts. It's going to be Sporforth who touches down, and it's try number 4 for Tonbridge. And Charlie Sporforth did really well. As soon as that ball went loose, he took great advantage of it. Here's his rugby at Sevenoaks, vice captain of the side. He's been distributing really well. Swings the right peg straight through it. It's been a faultless afternoon from David Wilkinson so far. Through the centres, Sporforth gets support on his shoulder. Tonbridge going to go all the way to the try line here. Just stopped short on the 5 metre, popped up for Sinclair. Is he going all the way himself? Referee says held up. Last-ditched defence from Hampton School was good enough. Clearances from Petrosi. Bounces up for Lloyd Seed. Passes across field. Looks for his left winger in Sitsis. Sitsis going around the outside. Sporforth is chasing him, but Sitsis might go all the way into the corner here, and he will. It's going to be Hampton's first try of the game. It's the first score of the second half, and out of broken play, Hampton are the ones to get the spoils. Lloyd Seed with the long pass, and Sitsis, well, from this position, he saw plenty of open field to get himself going into. Had a man outside, which was the reason Ollie Ward is just looking to his outside. Sporforth gave chase, didn't quite have the pace to catch Sitsis, and he's over for the try. Not the easiest of conversions, but it's well nailed by Grundy. 28-10. Petrozzi gets some good airtime on it. Chasing tackle is missed, and now the field really opens up, and it's going to be Liner who absolutely streaks away. Try number 2 for Hampton, and Lewis Liner is the scorer. It's going to be a good old running penalty. Who's it going to be? Verdon. Well, he's opted not to carry himself and send it through the hands. They've not managed to get much luck going around the outside on this right wing so far in the game. Verdon might be best taking it on himself. Liner given an opportunity. It's out the back. They might have room here because this is good quick ball for Hampton. Oh, the potential intercept was there. Sitsis really strong with the right fend, and he's in at the corner for the try. It's his second of the match. Tricky effort from the left-hand touchline. Swings the boot at it. He's got enough height to it, but it goes wide. So the cheer goes up from the home fans. They will be pleased with the result. It was all the work done in the first half from Tonbridge School. 4 tries. Ward, Sarawiwa, Rees and Sporforth. And where you expected them to kick on second half, well, it didn't really happen for the home side. And that'll be something that whoever Tonbridge play in the next round will be wary of. Hampton School coming back into it. Tries from Sitsis with the brace and Lewis Liner. 2 conversions from Grundy to go with a penalty from the first half. Means that we have a final score here at Tonbridge School in the NatWest Schools Under-18s Champions Trophy of Tonbridge School 28, Hampton School 22.
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to Oakham in Rutland in the East Midlands, where this afternoon's round 2 NatWest Schools Champions Trophy game sees Oakham School taking on Clifton College for a place in the quarterfinals.
Kick-off is made, and it's well taken in immediately by McGee. And the red scrum cap is there, bobbled around momentarily on the floor, but well, it has been turned over by Oakham. Wilson Holm is wanting to get more of his forwards in there to help defend it. Certainly talking to the S&C coach here at Oakham pre-game, saying it's more of a 2 open sides that they've got in that back row. Bit of tidying up work to do by Clifton here, but I think we've got a penalty we're going back for. In fact, the visitors were caught offside. With the first points. Coolly done. It's quite a wind blowing around up here, so not easy to necessarily thread that ball through. Now back in field. Winger to winger. And the tackle being made by Charlie Argent. And he managed to turn it over. That's brilliant from Argent for Clifton. Declan McGee then carries. Now for Nicholas. Not sure whether Oakham were onside there. The referee's been pretty hot on it all afternoon. Clifton have it. Oh, but they get the penalty. Not released on the floor. Tackler not releasing the tackled man. Carwyn Penny, Clifton skipper, to level the scores. Certainly got enough, and it's through the post. That's a great effort from Penny. Scrum is moving around. There is the breakaway. There's a penalty advantage being played as well. So Wolstenholme and his crew have got a shot to nothing. Lewis through Garforth. This is good, quick hands from Oakham. Can they work their way into the corner? Little darting field. Are they over for the try? They are. That's brilliant work, and it's Seb Davis who's the man who scores it. The replacement onto the field. Brilliant stuff from Oakham, and finally we have the game's first try. Well, the penalty came here. The advantage was being played. Nevertheless, the effort through the hands was superb. Merriman just had to feed the last man. Seb Davis was the man to finish. Conversion attempt from wide out on the left. Won't be successful. Wolstenholme having to defend here against Nicholas, who wants to try and release Penny. Gets his clearance kick away. Merriman, schoolhead boy. Long pass back in field for Lewis. What options does Lewis fancy? He's put a left boot to it, but that's not an awful lot of yardage. Oh, but then the ball has been intercepted by Bolton Smith, who's going to run all the way for the try. Disaster for Tom Millett. Went back to try and cover it, and as he popped the ball up, Bolton Smith was right there to take it out of the air, and that could very well see off the challenge of Clifton, unless there's to be a dramatic comeback. This was the kick downfield from Lewis. It was a kick to nothing, really. Not particularly accurate. Thought he'd spotted a bit of room, but that ball, the pass wasn't really much on it from Millett, and Bolton Smith will happily have profited from it. Took it out of the sky. They're happy with that one. That's a bit more like it. Ball or two upfield now. Penny again. Feeds to the right. You need a combination of that punch and then the quick ball, and it just hasn't arrived in consequential nature for much of the game for Clifton. Just slower again. Penny. There's a penalty advantage being played now to Clifton, and the ref is going to bring them back here for an offside in midfield. John Stratford decides to tap and go quickly onto the field to try and make an impact. It's loose from Nicholas. It's well picked up. Now by our match clock and by the clock on the wall, it says full time, and the referee agrees with both. Oakham School are victorious at home in round 2 of the NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy. You can see what it means to the players. Clifton, they've certainly got their own ambitions with the merit table, but they would have loved to progress in this competition. But it has finished with a full-time score, with 2 second-half tries from Seb Davis and Ben Bolton Smith, of Oakham School 15, Clifton College 3. good afternoon to you from Epsom in Surrey as the NatWest Schools Champions Trophy reaches the semi-final stage. Skipper Torpy has got to hit his man, which he does. Well done from Josh Clark-Bell. Now they try and rotate it towards the touchline on the far side and look to try and break. Oh, and then they get a bit of a rumble on. Not close enough to the line yet though. Away from Saville, through Holder. Cutting back inside. Oh, it's a really good direct line. Is he going to go all the way? Logan Didier, yes he is! What a try from Epsom. And look at the strength from the inside centre. It's a great score from the home side. Ball's in from Dalton. Now they look to go back to the short side. Dalton might have got away from his man. Bowes has to step in field to try and finish it. And now he might be isolated. Although the referee, I think, is playing an advantage to Bedford there. Back with Finch. Crash ball is Colston Kane. Being moved sideways more than he is forwards.
Still playing red.
It's there for Bedford still. Dalton. Into the hands of Hussey. Trying to get some go forward then. Little pirouette to lay the ball back. Kerr. Well, he's trying to go himself there. That probably wasn't the right option. Referee recognising it. Well, I think now it's going to have to be card time. And it is. And I think it's Alex Coe. Well, he's not entirely sure, but putting his body in the wrong side and not rolling away is slowing down a quick ball for Bedford. Out of your shot, he's waiting over on the far side, desperate to get back on. Can Bedford make the numbers tell? They're going to try and use the back line. And then it's Orchard, and they wrap around the outside. Dingwall needs the support, gets it from Kite. Kite still going, is he in at the corner? Referee says try given.
That's it now.
Bedford on the score sheet, and they make the numbers count eventually. Now that has that got in, oh, very, very close indeed to adding the extras, and well, in a low-scoring game, how crucial they could have been. They come out through Dalton, they're going to try and create the extra men over on the outside. They do eventually slip through, and it's Fraser Dingwall, the skipper, from the more central position. Bedford have punished Epsom. Dingwall with the score. Well, with the conversion attempt then. Drills it just wide of that right hand upright, or left as he's looking at it. Well, the volume will go up because Epsom need the crowd now. Here's a replay as the ball goes on the far side. It was just a slip of the tackle from Ed Hughes, and Dingwall was through. That one-on-one proved enough. Dingwall, Scotland under-16s captain. He's got the skills to know what he's doing. Epsom Schools friends, they're cheering them on from the bank. They're showing them the way to the line.
No time for line up.
It's getting darker as the clouds approach. Can they bring a bit of sunshine to end this semi-final? The referee says that time is up, so they're not going to get the chance to kick it into the corner or do anything. It's going to be quick tap time.
Hold. 8. Yeah.
Fighting for a place in the final. They'll meet either Oakham or Tonbridge. Gulliver taps, thought he might have been the threat, gives it to Causa. They're going to try and spread it wide. Brilliant passing. And then another attempted step through from Callum Mullett. Bedford try and get them out. Williams is there. The next infringement and the game is over. Causa. Epsom still with it. Trying to overturn the scoreline. Are they going to be beaten by Bedford again in the NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy? Williams to the right. Gulliver. Such a good player for them in the final. Trying to do it all himself. Williams to the left. Try scorer already for Epsom in Logan Didier.
Thank you.
Williams, plenty of chat from the young scrum half. Looking left and right. Clark Bell with that carry. Oh, but then has it gone forward? Referee, I think, says it went back. Happy enough with it. Maybe he just doesn't want to end this contest as gripping as it's been. Williams onto Gulliver. If Oakham Tonbridge is half as good as this, we're in for an absolute treat next Tuesday in the other semi-final. There's no doubt about that. It's live on englandrugby.com. Do join us for that. But we're not done here yet, as Epsom come again, struggling to bring down Alex Coe. He'd love to go from zero to hero, being the man who got that yellow card at the end of the first half. They ship it out. Gulliver. Did it go forward then? It did. Brutally off the...
Well, heroic defence there from Bedford to book their place in the final, looking to defend the title they won in 2015. But who will they face? Will it be Oakham or Tonbridge? Prior to the kickoff, I caught up with both coaches, Andy Rice from Oakham and Chris Morgan from Tonbridge. Chris, some excellent results in this competition so far, and a real chance today for the boys to achieve something special.
Yeah, we've beaten 3 schools with rich rugby history in terms of Hampton, Millfield and Eton. And again, we know today we're coming up against a proud rugby school in Oakham that's produced some fantastic players over the years. So yeah, a great opportunity, but a stiff challenge.
Stiff challenge indeed. They've had similar results, similar score lines. At the start of the season, were your objectives to get this far in competitions like this?
If I'm using sporting cliches, I think we take every game as it goes, and it's hard to gauge the strength of the sides when you're moulding 2 different age groups together. I think these boys have achieved some fantastic results, and yeah, we've been really proud of the brand of rugby they've played, and they seem to be enjoying their rugby.
And this competition in particular, you mentioned that you've beaten some schools with rich rugby history, 2 more schools with a rich rugby history pitted together today. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I think that's the beauty of the Cup. We hear about Oakham, we know about them, but it's hard to get a barometer in terms of the form because they play on a totally different circuit for us. So I think that is, I'm doing lots of cliches today, but I think that is the beauty of the Cup.
Cliches are fine. We're really looking forward to it. Have you had a chance to go out and look at the pitch yet? How do you think it's going to hold up, and how do you think that's going to affect the way that your boys play?
I'm not an expert in terms of grounds, but it's certainly wet, and I think whoever plays the conditions best should get on top. And I think the kicking battle is going to be vital.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Andy Rice, Director of Rugby here at Oakham School. It's been a brilliant competition for you so far, but a tough test today. 2 brilliant rugby schools with a rich history and a chance to have a great game.
Oh, very much so. Tonbridge have a great rugby pedigree. In recent years they've done exceptionally well at Roslyn Park in the sevens there. They've beaten Hampton, Eton and Millfield. So again, really strong schools. It'll be a real tough test for us today.
Well, they've had some good results and beaten some good schools, but you have too. It's been an excellent season so far.
Without doubt, probably the result that stands out for everyone is the victory down at Bedford and Clifton College in the last 16, and Monmouth were both exceptionally good sides.
So let's talk about the match today then. It's been terrible weather, but it looks like it's going to stay dry. The pitch is in good condition. The guys are warming up now. How do you think the style of rugby is going to affect?
It'll be affected by the greasy surface, but it's all about getting the basics right. Rugby, we've got to keep the ball, leg drive. There's nothing going to be that you haven't heard before. It is about getting the basics right, and the side that does that will probably win the game.
And of course, you can never get ahead of yourselves. A big match coming up, but the potential final next week. You've already played them. It was a great game, and that's a mouthwatering prospect.
It is for 2 sides, and one side will go to Alliance Park and face Bedford.
Well, Andy, thank you very much and good luck.
Pleasure.
Well, kick-off just moments away. A great crowd building here, so let's take a look at the starting teams for both sides. Here is Oakham School. Afalabi, Rollinson and Losley Williams in the front row. Baxter and Worth at 4 and 5. The back row, Dawson Summer, and the captain is Freddie Davis. The half-backs are Sam Wolstenholme and Josh Lewis. On the left wing, Tyrese Johnson-Fisher. In the centres, Harry Garforth and Ben Bolton-Smith. Seb Davis on the right wing. Hamish Merriman at full-back, and Andy Rice is the coach. Their opposition from Tonbridge, the front row, Blaise Mott, Drew Dainton and the captain George Head. Declan Sinclair and Nico Likotopoulos are the second rows. Ollie Wildblood, Dylan Taylor and Adam Petrie are the back row. In the backs, Charlie Mullins and David Wilkinson at 9 and 10. Oliver Ward on the left wing, Ben Devaney and Charlie Sporforth in the centres. Harry Rees, right wing, and the fullback is Suwano Sarawiwa. Their coach is Chris Morgan. Robbie Burke's whistle goes and we are underway for a place in the final at Allianz Park against Bedford, and that is a big collision early on from the Tonbridge forwards looking to assert their authority here. Box kick there from Sam Wilson-Home, and a good challenge on it too. Has that gone forward? Yes, says the referee, but real statement of intent from Oakham, all in black with the red numbers. Tonbridge in the black and white hoops and black shorts. Carried forward this time, the collision from the Oakham forwards in these heavy conditions. That battle between the pack in open play is going to be a real key here. The pitch looked good before the match, but in these opening exchanges we can already see chunks of turf coming up every time the players step. That's the Oakham fullback Hamish Merriman there, the head boy of the school, going into his first contact of the match. Oh, and a big shot there from Johnson Fisher on the right-hand side. The home fans loved that here in the first minute. In this competition, 35 minutes each way, and our clock will continue running. It's an approximation of the time. We will go on the referee's whistle, of course, as the captain, George Head, goes burrowing forward there. Kick charge down, but only as far as Garforth, the inside centre for Oakham.
It's available.
Alfie Dawson.
You've come flying up your feet. Just you need to break. No, flying up your feet to break. Number.
Good communication there. Alex Worth with the infringement off his feet. The second rower from Tigers Academy. And here's David Wilkinson with his first chance to find touch, and he does so. We will have a line out, a first look at the set piece. The referee's assistant there, Bill Burton, on that side.
That's your mark, yeah. Guys, 10, keep going, 10, keep going.
So let's have a look at this line out, straight down the barrel. A lot of movement on that. In the end, the referee not happy with the delivery. George Head gathered it at the back, but the ball will be back with Oakham School.
Scrum. Not straight.
And from the first look at the line-out, let's have a first look at the scrum. Now this will be a key battle today.
Crouch! 5! Set! Stand up, please. Okay, guys. Whoa, guys. Check. Crouch! 5! Set! Steady.
So let's have a second go then. Good drive from Tonbridge, but Oakham can come away with it at the left-hand side, looking to release Johnson Fisher, but the ball goes loose.
Knock on into touch option.
So while we're waiting for this to set, let's have a look at the benches from either side today. The Oakham bench: Harry Storer at 16, Tom Davis, Lucas Lovett, Matt Betts, Harry Stewart, Felix Field and Luke Griffiths make up the 22. Tonbridge have come with 21 today: Jack Perdue at 16, Matteo Petrozzi 17, Will Hockley-Smith 18, Jack Harvey, Harry Hind and Guy Collins. Tonbridge put in then from the Johnson Fisher knock on. Again, the referee not happy.
Nice and solid and long. Get your feet under you so you stay in the air. Got that side.
Nice communication there from the referee Robbie Burke, realising that it is difficult underfoot. Just talking the front rows through exactly what he wants.
Set.
There we go then, Mullins finds Wilkinson. Drops it short, and this is a good leg drive. That's something that both coaches mentioned they would be looking out for today. Wild blood. An advantage coming here, so let's see if Tonbridge can take advantage again. Good position here in the midfield. Well set defence from the home team. But the outside centre's passed one. Charlie Sporforth got 2 tries in the previous round. He'll cause Oakham all kinds of trouble today. Another strong carry into the 22 from Tonbridge, and that is the sign advantage is over. Blaze Mott. Wilkinson run into a little bit of trouble there, and Drew Dainton takes it on. Got another advantage from the referee. The ball has squirted clear. And we'll go back. Let's see what the referee has to say about this.
We've had 2 slip highs, one over here and one here by this player. Okay? We need to keep our tackles down. Okay? Yeah, just slipping up. High tackle. Close.
I understand that my birthday is Mum.
And the first chance at points here for the away team then. David Wilkinson has ball in hand. And a first visit into the opposition's 22 yields the first chance to score. The flags of Andy Smith and Bill Burton, the assistants, go up, and Dainton gets us underway. Around about 8 minutes gone here. Tonbridge strike first through that Dainton penalty. They lead 3-0. Just a little bit of indiscipline from Oakham there, leading to those penalties, putting themselves under a bit of pressure. As the referee pointed out, he's recognised that they're slips, but cannot afford to give away points like that in matches of this magnitude, particularly in these conditions. Some slight hands there from the Tonbridge forwards, and that pressure from Oakham. The ball has gone forward, and this is a real chance to get a quick response in.
There's a man, guys. Your gap there open.
Harry, go forward this bit.
Crouch. 5. Set. Steady.
Again, the drive comes on from Tonbridge, but the referee decides it's them who are the guilty party. And Oakham go quickly. Josh Lewis into contact on the 22, driving forward. Wolstenholme waits for it. Taken forward by Worth. Ball goes out to the right-hand side. Chance here for the substitute, Tom Davis, who started on the right wing. No news on why Seb Davis, who was down to start, didn't take the field. I'll keep my ears peeled for that one for you. But Tom Davis bundled into touch, and the first threat to the Tonbridge try line is over for now. But a real pressure line out here from Drew Denton. Gathered cleanly at the front. Tonbridge looking very organised here as they drive out of their own 22. This is real relief work for the backs here. They can get themselves into position as the pack stay organised. Now it breaks down. It's with Wilkinson, chips it up towards the halfway line, gathered well by Wolstenholme, but we're going to come back for another penalty. Big pressure from Tonbridge there. There's Alex Worth pulling it down. That's the second penalty he's given away in this match. The first for being off his feet at the breakdown, and that time for pulling it down, although Oakham needed to do something because Tonbridge really starting to assert their authority here with just over 10 minutes gone. And a correction from the referee there. It was actually Archie Sumner who dragged it down, not 5. And the clearance from Wilkinson, trusty right boot, takes us up to halfway.
Okay guys, there's a lot of movement and coming across the line. Let's get the ball in, let's hold the movement until the ball's in. Okay? No, you can, yeah, but just up. Yeah, up. You've gone up. He hasn't got the ball in.
A chat there between Watt and Denton. See if we can get the ball in this time. Bit of movement gathered cleanly at the middle of the line, but again not straight from the Tonbridge hooker. Well, interesting exchanges here in these opening 12 minutes or so. Obviously, due to the conditions, we didn't necessarily expect running rugby, but neither team really been able to take a stronger hold on this match. Tonbridge's pack asserting themselves a little bit, but mistakes like that from Drew Dainton, coughing the ball up at the set piece. They'll be looking to eradicate those as Wolstenholme gets the ball in. Steadier scrum now from Oakham as Wolstenholme gets the ball back from, Lewis gets the ball back from Garforth.
Scrum advantage.
Advantage coming here for Tonbridge. Referee deciding advantage is over, but there could be some space here at the left-hand side. Chance for Ward to open his legs. He's brought down just inside the 22. Bulldozed forward for Tonbridge. Oakham just slowing it down a little bit, giving themselves time to get organised defensively. Switched back inside, and a big tackle there from Alex Worth. Switch ball inside again. This time it's George Head, the captain, put on his back by the Oakham forwards. Dummy one way, then the other. The offload from the outside half. And the referee brings us to a halt. First real attacking intent we've seen. Will brave play be rewarded in these conditions? Lovely dummy both ways there from the standoff Wilkinson, but the referee decides that the offload's just gone forward.
Fine. Set.
Tonbridge have the put in. Here we go. Scrum has gone down. We've gone blind. Little grubber kick into the corner from the scrum half. The chase is on. It's just knocked forward. The Tonbridge man got there first. In the end, it's scrambled over the line by Oakham.
He's knocked on. Yep. Sorry. Yep.
So let's have a replay of that training ground move. Little dab into the corner. Lovely weight on the kick from Charlie Mullins. The chase was on. It's gone forward off the hand of the outside centre, Charlie Sporforth. A real chance there.
Yep. And number 20.
Charlie Sporforth with the opportunity there. He was previously involved with Quinns, scored 2 tries in the previous round as Tonbridge booked their place in this semi-final. As the last touch was off the Tonbridge hand, we'll have a 22 dropout, and it's a deep one there off the left foot of Josh Lewis. Back into the 22 for Tonbridge. Step off the right foot. And the number 8, Petrie, takes the ball into contact. Again, good hard yards from the Tonbridge forwards. Another dummy in midfield. Great work from Wilkinson. Likes to try and free those arms and get the offload. Switched inside. Nicodopoulos. That's a good take under a little bit of pressure there from Tom Davis again. Under a lot of pressure from a good rush defence. Wilkinson's in there.
Scrum advantage.
Scrum advantage from the knock-on then.
Advantage
Declan
over.
Sinclair goes out to the right-hand side, all in his own, beats a couple of tackles, still going, galloping forward the second row. It's the forwards doing all the hard work, Licodopoulos. Still moving it, could it open up here? That is a big tackle there, an important tackle on Devaney. And Oakham survive again. Strong, powerful and brave defence from the home team, keeping Tonbridge at bay. Well, could it have gone here? Let's have a look at the replay. Ben Devaney thought he could spot a little bit of space in behind Hamish Merriman, but it was an important tackle. The centre just losing his foot in as he stepped off the left foot, but still take nothing away from the Oakham fullback. A try-saving tackle from the number 15. And Tonbridge not releasing, so the penalty cleared. And this time, let's have a look at Tom Rollinson's arrows. Well, the flare's going off in the background, but that is a loose throw from the hooker. There's a player down on this blind side as Tonbridge come forward again. Pick and drive, this tight forward play really paying dividends at the moment. There's that red smoke in the background. Fantastic atmosphere, as always here at Oakham. A large and vocal crowd. Although many of them seem to be more concerned with what's going on behind the pitch than what's actually going on the pitch at the moment as we approach the 20-minute mark.
Backwards into touch.
Not an awful lot for the home fans to cheer about at the moment.
Here you go, boys. Boys.
Charlie Losey-Williams going over there just to have a little bit of a chat with John
come on. Yep,
Rollinson.
Let's have a wait for a line to be formed.
Again, reduced numbers in the line. Tonbridge won't challenge this one. That's better. Clean ball. Bit of a switch in midfield. It's back with Josh Lewis, who gets the pass away up over the halfway line now. And the outside half finds himself in there doing the driving work, so it's up to Alfie Dawson to carry it forward.
Release!
Strong tackles in midfield. Declan Sinclair this time.
Step.
Gets the big right shoulder in. Now the box kick under not a great deal of pressure, goes straight out. A real chance for Oakham to get some territory there, but comes to nothing, and we'll have a Tonbridge line out just inside their own half.
That's your mark. That's all right.
Blaze Mott there, the Harlequins prop, going over to have a chat with Drew Dainton. That flare smoke just about clearing away now behind the referee's assistant, Bill Burton. Just over 20 minutes on the clock. Just that Dainton penalty separates the sides. Referee deciding that that is straight in, and a good pick-up off the toes there. And that over the halfway line again for Tonbridge. Little dummy to the left-hand side. Powerful leg drive, makes 5 or 6 yards. Handed off in midfield by Adam Petrie. Attempt at the jackal there from the Oakham forwards, but David Wilkinson chips it over. Bit of confusion there. Could this lead to trouble? No, it's gone out off a right boot of a Tonbridge player, but again, Tonbridge probing, asking questions of this Oakham defence. Oakham not been able to get on the front foot at all at the moment. Let's take a little look at that again. Just a little bit of confusion between Johnson Fisher and the fullback Merriman. Thankfully for them, they got away with it on this occasion, and the hack forward was off a Tonbridge player. So here comes the line out on their own 22 for Oakham. And that's played well by Jack Baxter. Quick ball. Oakham trying to put it through the hands before clearing up over the halfway line. Big right boot on that one. Fielded by the fullback, Sarawiwa. First time we've really seen him. He picks out Johnson Fisher, who's got time under this. Oh, and bulldozes one before putting his tongue out and going up the left-hand side. He's chopped tackle down, and that was a nasty landing there from Tyrese Johnson Fisher, but real excitement every time he's on the ball. Oakham now with a bit between their teeth, trying to make something happen here.
Time off.
Referee's putting time off as Ben Daveney makes a tackle in midfield. What's he going to talk about here? Don't think he's happy with that tackle on Tyrese Johnson Fisher. He's going to have a chat with his assistant.
I've seen 11 black running down the wing. I've seen a white player go to ground. I haven't seen what's happened as he's gone to ground, and the black player has gone over on top. What have you got from the...
Well, that's what the referee's talking about. Let's have a look at the replay. Huge collision there. Runs straight over Harry Rees. Oh, and that is what the referee's talking about. It's the scrum half, Charlie Mullins. He's gone to ground and almost tripped Johnson Fisher over. It was a nasty fall, as we can see.
Gone straight to ground. It's a yellow card.
And there it is, the yellow card for Charlie Mullins. We've seen it on the replay. He can have no complaints, and now will Oakham be able to get a foothold in this game. Charlie Mullins being sent around by the referee. It'll be 7 minutes in the bin for him, because of course we play 35 minutes a half here. And Charlie Mullins, he's really been a general early on in this game, marshalling his pack around, the dominant Tonbridge pack. But now,
time's off.
A man off the pitch, time is off, and Oakham have a chance to launch an attack. The line-out will be just outside the 22.
You're making a sub. There's your mark D.
Well, Tonbridge do have scrum half options on the bench. Matteo Petrozzi. He's a specialist scrum half. He's been involved with Saracens in the past. The 5 in the line. It's a scrappy one. Scrum advantage again. Oakham with the chance to assert some kind of authority. They've knocked it on straight from the line out.
Across the line of touch. Scrum is here. Now it's a fair competition 5, and you've knocked it on.
And again at Tonbridge, let off the hook. Petrozzi. Those white and red boots comes on. fresh shirted with no number on the back, but he will be looking to exert some authority here, hopefully to have the same control over the pack as Charlie Mullins did early on. Big scrum coming up here, and I wonder if this will affect the way that Tonbridge approach these next 6 minutes or so. It's been quite tight so far. That's the only reason why that will have to change.
Okay, guys, very quickly, we're caving in on this side. I need that shoulder up, and I need you to square up, okay? Let's keep driving square, please.
Again, really good reffing from Robbie Burke, telling the forwards, telling the front row exactly what he wants from them. A lot of experience in the front row, particularly from the Tonbridge side of things. Mott and Head, both involved with Quins. Head involved with England too. And again, solid scrum. Adam Petrel picks and goes to the blind side, but a great tackle on him. And a little bit of afters as well.
Five. When this goes, game stops.
Alex Worth again, the centre of attention there. The
Okay,
Tigers
guys,
Academy man, a little bit of afters.
Speed it up, please.
Maybe just trying to get a little bit of momentum, trying to make something happen, trying to get Oakham that spark. Here we go, in from Rollinson, gathered at the front from Worth. Wolstenholme finds Lewis. His hands on that from Tonbridge. Mosley Williams has been held up here. He's been stood up really well. Strong work again from the Tonbridge pack, but eventually he goes to ground.
Use.
Rollinson.
Step.
Oh, the inside centre, Garforth wasn't expecting that, but just about managed to gather it. In comes Wolstenholme again. Lewis tries to sell the dummy, but gets brought to ground.
Back.
Gone backwards, says the referee. Off Garforth now. Johnson Fisher again at the left-hand side, goes in upright, and he's bundled into touch. George Head, the captain. And we'll have another line out on that 22. You can hear the excitement every time the ball goes left to Tyrese Johnson Fisher. Let's look at the replay there again. Sets himself, but a big right shoulder from the prop. And no matter what the level of rugby, the props always enjoy tackling the wingers, that's for sure.
Mark, okay? I want defense on the mark. This is the mark. I want D on the mark.
Reduced numbers in the line again, taken at the front from Declan Sinclair. And again, marched forward from Tonbridge. They look very, very organised indeed in this forward pack. But despite this dominance from 1 to 8, still just that one penalty separating the two teams. Opportunities to score at a premium here in this opening 26 minutes.
No release. No release.
Wilkinson chips the ball into touch. And Tonbridge will have another opportunity from the line out.
Mark.
Reduced numbers in the line for Tonbridge. A lot of confusion, but eventually it's brought down by Wildblood, the flanker. Goes through a few pairs of hands in midfield. And here's the substitute scrum half, Petrozzi. One, of course, covering Mullins, who's Sin-binned on a yellow card, and a box kick forward from the former Saracens man, fielded by Johnson Fisher on the 22. Again goes in high, over one before his ankle tapped down. Important to stop him before he gets up ahead of steam, that's for sure. A little bit loose from Oakham, this in midfield. Taken in by Garforth. Robinson, the hooker, burrows forward, up over the 10-metre line.
Scrum advantage.
Again, it's lost forward off an Oakham hand. Scrum advantage, and no advantage coming. So a few handling errors from Oakham here, but again, despite the fact that the ball's greasy and it's going to ground, there are a few passes that are maybe a couple of yards longer than they need to be. Tonbridge have made all of their hard yards, keeping it tight. Oakham not really been able to make any inroads into the Tonbridge defence unless it's been through the left winger Johnson Fisher. It's certainly not down to lack of effort from the pack. They just seem to be lacking a little bit of organisation this opening half an hour, but the good news for them is they're only 3 points behind. So here's Petrozzi. Ships it on in midfield. It's back in. Over the top and just forward as they look to release Oliver Ward. Oakham look to have that one covered anyway.
Guys, I'm off. Can I have skippers from both sides, please? Gentlemen, we spoke about attitude before kick-off, okay? The goal of the players that's going on now at the moment is unacceptable, okay? So please have a word with your players. It's unnecessary. Does not place in the game. Sorry, okay? He's up now. Is he on, Andy? Sin-binn's on? Have we had a reverse? What's happened there, gentlemen? Is this a bin?
Confirmation that the sin bin there. The time is up on the sin bin, so Tonbridge have managed to survive their 7 minutes down to 14 men.
The pass.
Without conceding points, that's a real bonus for them. We had the replay there, the pass actually went into touch, but the ball had gone forward before that, so it will be an Oakham put in at the scrum. Tonbridge back up to 15. And the referee just pointing out that there's a little bit of needle out there. No surprising in a semi-final, especially when it is as tight as this. But important that the guys just keep a bit of a lid on it there, so the captains have a big role to play. Freddie Davis, the captain for Oakham, number 8. George Head, the all-action prop forward, the captain for Tonbridge. Now, can Oakham rescue something just before half-time here? Just looking for a bit of a spark. Again, it's a long ball, unnecessary. It goes to ground from Bolton Smith, and they're under pressure again, but here comes Charlie Sporforth in that red scrum cap, 15 metres from the line. Oakham really on the back foot with an advantage coming. There are numbers here too. Can they ship it on? Oh no, it's been knocked forward by Oliver Ward. The chance goes begging. They go back for the penalty advantage, but once again Tonbridge unable to capitalise on an Oakham mistake inside their own 22. What is the decision here? They're going for the posts. That is a sensible one. As I mentioned before, opportunities to score have been at a premium, and this is pretty much a gimme. Let's have a look at this. The ball was right in the breadbasket for Ward. He still had a man to beat, but that really is a great chance for the left winger. So the outside half, David Wilkinson. He's 1 from 1 so far. He put Tonbridge 3-0 up. Here is the chance to make it 6. Couple of steps, the right boot goes through it. He's 2 from 2, and Tonbridge, as we approach half-time, lead Oakham in Oakham 6-0. Harry Garforth taking over kicking duties, goes deep with this one, so there'll be no pressure. It's gathered and Blaze Mott takes it into contact. Despite the sin bin reversal, it's still Petrozzi at scrum half. Fox kicks forward, again looking at Johnson Fisher, who fields. Fends off one, then two, before eventually being brought down by Wilkinson. Wolstenholme. Jack Baxter. Nice offload in the tackle here from the back row forwards, and a little bit of space here, hacked into the corner. It's turned both the winger and the full-back and nursed the ball into touch. Great territory here for Oakham just before half-time. Some intelligent play, exactly what Oakham needed. They've not been able to get a lot of territory, and when they have had it, they've not been able to take advantage of it.
Bill,
But a decent kick there. And a touch off a Tonbridge player as well, so they'll have the throw in at the line out. Tom Rollinson, a third generation wicketkeeper with the first 15 cricket team, and he's a good line. Not quite gathered cleanly, but still with Oakham inside the 22 as we click towards half time. The first time we've seen any momentum from the Oakham forwards too. But no sooner have they got any momentum, the ball's not released, and once again the Tonbridge pack win the arm wrestle, and they'll have the opportunity to clear the lines.
Not yet. Not yet. We'll give you one. Yep. I've got on dead. We'll give me a shout on time. Coach! Bind! Set!
Matteo Petrozzi. Ball comes out quickly and pick and go by Adam Petrie. It's all a little bit sideways, but presents a clean ball.
Move forward!
This time Wilkinson clears to touch. Doesn't get as much on it as he'd have liked, but that is half-time here in this NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy semi-final. The away team, Tonbridge, leading 6-0 against Oakham.
Timing's on the mark right now. If it's not,
Half time here at Oakham School then. Oakham 0, Tonbridge School 6. These teams looking to book themselves a place Friday the 2nd of December. Allianz Park, the final of the NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy. They will be facing Bedford, who won last week's nail-biting semi-final. Bedford won the competition in 2015. The inaugural year was 2014, where Millfield were victorious. And that first half between Oakham and Tonbridge, well, given the conditions, very much one for the purists. No tries and opportunities very limited to just the 2 penalties off the right boot of David Wilkinson separate the teams. Tonbridge in the ascendancy, particularly 1 to 8. They've kept the ball tight. Real hard graft from the type 5 forwards, carrying the ball forward, really taking it to Oakham. But of course, Oakham have plenty of firepower, and towards the end of that first half, started to change the game. One probing kick in particular, getting them the territory that they so required, that they so needed, really. Spent so much time on the back foot in that first half. So will that be the pattern in the second half? Just looking at the pitch here, the groundsmen have done a brilliant job given the amount of rain we've had here in Rutland, but just starting to cut up. The referee, Robbie Burke, has been fantastic so far, communicating with the players, telling them exactly what he wants, and keeping a lid on this match that at times has threatened to boil over. But still lots to play for. 35 minutes remaining, and we are back underway. Harry Garforth going deep, and that has been gathered early on, and we get a clearance kick from... And returns Hamish Merriman. Here we go then, Johnson Fisher. Little step off the left foot, goes in upright, but he's so strong. Always seems to get past the first defender. But Oakham looking to start this quickly in the second half. Tap penalty taken, handoff galloping forward there. More impetus here from the home side.
Not rolling.
Again, Tonbridge not rolling away, so back-to-back penalties here for Oakham. Garforth on kicking duty.
2 quick tackling penalties.
End over end, finds touch, and the first few exchanges of this second half very much going in Oakham's favour. So, first line out of the second half, mostly Williams, the prop, goes over, talks to Tom Rollinson. they go at the front. It's challenged down the ball back with Tonbridge, but the referee not happy with that one. Decided it's been knocked on off a Tonbridge hand, so scrum here just outside the 22. Good attacking position for Oakham. Let's see if the half-time interval has had any effect on the scrum. We have a substitute, Harry Stewart, on in place of Toya Afalobi. So a change at loose head prop. Will this steady up the scrum for the home team?
Set! Steady, Jen, steady!
Steady stays the ref, and it's in from Wolstenholme. Johnson Fisher again, chop tackle. Tonbridge have done their homework on him, but David Wilkinson down. He certainly felt that one from the big number 11.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, take your time. Don't look it up, look it up, look it up, look it up, look it up. Okay.
Oh, looks a bit unsteady on his feet there. He went low, and those big pumping pistons from Johnson Fisher. Yes, his head was on the wrong side there. His head was on the wrong side. He really has taken a blow. Of course, if we're talking technique, really should have been going at that one with the left shoulder instead. He was right shoulder first, which means his head bore the brunt of Tyrese Johnson Fisher. The Leicester Tigers winger looking to punch holes in the midfield there. Chris Morgan, the Tonbridge coach, is on the field of play, just assessing things. Well, they're going to keep an eye on it, but the medical staff happy that the outside half, David Wilkinson, okay to continue. He's the only point scorer so far in this match, the 2 penalties.
Going forward.
So we'll restart play with a scrum. And Oakham dominating the opening exchanges of this second half.
Crouch! Guys, stand up, stand up. Okay, guys, the pitch is looking really messy on this side. Let's get our binds nice and solid, please. Shoulders out.
Seconds in. Come on. Come on. Seconds.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Steady!
Down we go again. Tonbridge again looking to get the shove on, so the captain Freddie Davis picks it up and goes alone, gets past a few and really pumps those legs to get his team up towards the 22. Wolstenholme's in. That's quick ball again carried forward from the back row. They go to the right hand side this time. There are numbers if they can get it there. Alex Worth takes it in. Penalty advantage coming. Good footwork from Garforth in the midfield.
Still playing.
Ball's loose. It'll go out to the right-hand side. Losi Williams works it out. It's the open side. Archie Summer takes it in. Garforth moves it on.
No advantage.
Freddie Davis.
Time off.
The referee says no advantage. Little swap. It looks as though Garforth is now going in at first receiver. Josh Lewis
We've now got multiple infringements.
at inside centre.
That was for midfield offside when we saw the pitch, okay? We'll be very careful or we'll have to escalate, okay?
Again, Robbie Burke, the referee, telling the teams exactly what he wants from them. And what Oakham want is some points on the board, and this is their first opportunity. Harry Garforth. 18 or 20 metres out, bang in front of the sticks, to get Oakham off the mark. And he does so. 5 minutes of pressure yields points, and Oakham half the deficit. It is 6-3 with around about half an hour to play here, and the home team really needed that. Back underway from Wilkinson. Well gathered over on the far side under pressure.
Okay. Step away, guys, step away. Step away. Yes. So, all I've seen is the coming together of players. I haven't seen that. Is that what you're talking about?
So, 5 white, he's come in, made no attempt at the arms and then at the shoulder.
Okay, so penalty only for me?
Penalty only,
Right here? Yeah. 5? Yeah. Got to wrap your arms, make sure you do. Okay, the contact. So penalty only.
Andy Smith, the referee's assistant there, very much embracing Movember, should I say, but he had a good view of that. And the leniency of the penalty only does mean that Oakham School have another opportunity to turn the screw here. Very much got a foothold in this game. Tonbridge, of course, have been guilty in this competition already of having opportunities in the first half, and particularly against Hampton School in the first round. Were hanging on at the end, 28-3 up in that match that finished 28-22. This time at half-time it was only a 6-point lead, and Oakham look a different team. And here we go, pirouette in the midfield, up over the halfway line from Josh Lewis. Wolstenholme. Good defensive lift there though, good line speed from Tonbridge. Carried in, there are hands on that. And the dummy from the scrum half, he's got a man outside him, it's Losey Williams. Rollinson's in there, but Harry Garforth steps over the ball before it's picked and carried by Dawson. This time it's Oakham playing Tonbridge at their own game, keeping it tight before Wolstenholme finds Garforth. A little chip into space over the top. Well gathered by the full-back though. Sarawiwa does very well. You can see by how clean his top and shorts are. He's not had a lot to do in this match so far. The Tonbridge 15, it's gone forward from Tonbridge though. Mistakes starting to creep into their game. And Oakham back into the 22.
No.
Wolstenholme, it's not as quick as he'd have liked it, but Garforth ships it on. Coming towards the centre of the pitch. Garforth again knocks it on though, just took his eye off the ball.
One knock that way, second that way. Scrum.
And Oakham a little bit guilty there of what Tonbridge were guilty of in the first half. Unable to capitalise on coughed up possession, but they'll be a lot happier with how they've started this second half. There's a lovely flat ball, but maybe on a dry day that one sticks.
Off good time! Let's good time!
Crouch! Fine!
Mullins back in at 9 for Tonbridge. Good solid scrum from them, picked up by Petrie. Good dummy in midfield as well. Puts the brakes on and gets past his opposite number. It's an offload from the captain, George Head. Drew Dainton goes over the top as we have the box kick into space. Again, it's Johnson Fisher, just loses his footing under pressure, but manages to get round the first tackle before being bundled into touch. And it's been knocked on too, so Tonbridge, have they ridden the early storm? They've got the opportunity here to assert some pressure of their own.
Yes, he's knocked on.
It's been a tactic of Tonbridge's kicking game to pick out Johnson Fisher.
Let's go, lads.
Put pressure on the chase. Of course, you can't afford to give him a yard, but if you can put the pressure on, perhaps they think he's susceptible to mistakes under the high ball. And of course, if you take him out of the attack early, then they're forced to go right, and that is their main attacking weapon taken out of the equation. But the scrum has been one of Tonbridge's main attacking weapons, so let's see if they can mount pressure here on the Oakham 22. Again, a solid scrum under no pressure. Wilkinson off to Sporforth, back into the 22 now then. Mullins goes left. Again, it's forwards at first receiver. Good quick ball though, and they change direction. Dummy and go, Mullins is in there. Tries to switch the play inside, there's advantage coming here, and there's the offload. Blaze Mott burrows forward, about 10 yards to go. Dylan Taylor's in there. Pixon goes himself, tries to get the legs going, but maybe steals a yard. Patience required here from Tonbridge. The first time we've seen them with a chance to attack in the half. Little dab in towards the post. Tonbridge are going to get there first. What's the referee spotted?
We're going back for the penalty.
Well, the ball not grounded, but still a penalty for Tonbridge. Inventive play there from Wilkinson.
Marcus here. Late tackle.
Let's have a look at the replay then. Lovely little dab. The Tonbridge players got there first, but great chase back from Ben Bolton-Smith. A try-saving touch from him. And the first venture of the second half into the 22, and Tonbridge looking to restore that 6-point lead. Change of kicker here. Nico Lykiadopoulos, the number 5. Puts a big right boot on it and makes the score 9-3. The great Australian Johnny, the second row kickers. Don't get many of them, but when you do, they're usually pretty decent, and that is 1 from 1 for Tonbridge's number 5.
That's fine.
4 penalties in the match so far. All of them have been successful, and they are the only scores. 46 minutes is on our clock. Of course, it's only an approximation, and we go on what the referee says. Garforth gets us back underway again, probing towards the Tonbridge 22. Gathered well by Dylan Taylor, himself involved with Saracens Academy. The box kick clear. Probably not the contact that scrum half would have liked. Inviting a little bit of pressure, but important that one of these teams, well, you certainly think the team that does manage to sort out this line-up will definitely be able to take control of this game, because the set piece has not been particularly consistent from either side.
Yeah. Number 10 is already off. He's down the end. Okay? Hang on.
And again, a loose one from Rollinson. And no surprise that Tonbridge choose the scrum. It's been a real problem for Rollinson. Not been as consistent as he'd have liked with those arrows. As Harry Stewart came on at loose head in this second half, just clears his studs. You can see in the top left of your screen there, just under the scoreboard, big chunks of this pitch being torn out. Oakham supporters look to get something going for their team. Again, it's the number 8, Adam Petrie, picking and going from the scrum. Gets up to speed pretty quickly. Goes in quite high, but he's a real handful to bring down as the box kick goes up towards the 10-metre line. Not committed to by Johnson Fisher. And now Tonbridge. Penalty advantage coming.
Time up. Skipper, number 12. Yep.
Harry Garforth, the guilty party here.
We've had number 5, we've had yourself, and now we've got this player, late tackles.
In fact, it wasn't Harry Garforth at all, it was Ben Bolton-Smith. Another late tackle, and this time the referee deems it to be dangerous enough to give him 7 minutes in the bin, and that is the last thing the home team need. They're going to go for the posts again, of course. This will make it 12-3, so it'll take them more than a converted score away. And with try-scoring opportunities so few and far between in this match, this could be a real hammer blow for Oakham in their quest to reach the final on the 2nd of December at Allianz Park. Nico Likiadopoulos didn't look a particularly clean strike, but the flags go up. He's 2 from 2, and now Tonbridge 9 points to the good, 12-3. With about 20 minutes to go, Oakham really up against it. Garforth switches direction this time. And that's the fullback, Sarawiwa, taking it into contact. Again, the box kick is the option. Johnson Fisher switched wings, gone to the right-hand side this time, but still the ball sticking to him like a magnet. He's gone in upright. Tonbridge looking to bundle him out into touch, but Oakham have managed to keep the ball in play, but it's been turned over. Smashed forward by Blaise Mott. Chip towards the try line. It's going to go over the try line, off the post. That was a difficult one for Merriman to deal with, but manages to touch it back. Trying to go with the quick one. The referee just saying that he wants the left winger behind the line, behind the kicker. And Garforth taking the more traditional route towards the Tonbridge left-hand side. Again, the line speed has dropped from Oakham. About 20 minutes to go here at Doncaster Close. Charlie Sporforth takes it in. Again, the box kick is the option. Well dealt with by Tom Davis, but he shoveled it on. The ball's gone forward. Now real pressure here. Again, the ball's gone to ground.
It's gone backwards.
Can Tonbridge take advantage of Oakham coughing up possession this time? Drew Dainton takes them back into the 22.
Advantage over.
Big shout for advantage over, says the referee, but there's space on the left-hand side, and the ball's gone to ground again.
Forward, it's touch.
It's Jack Perdue, the guilty party. He has come on to replace David Wilkinson. That was the first chance for him. You can see the frustration on the face of Adam Petrie. Once again, Tonbridge School with the opportunity gifted to them after Oakham coughed it up in their own 22. Tom Davis, the winger, did all the hard work, but just tried one pass too many. In fairness to him, he might have been isolated in the contact area.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Steady, gents.
But Oakham now with a chance to clear their lines. Better scrum from Oakham despite the pressure from Tonbridge. And Despite being very much on the back foot in this game, all credit must go to them for continuing to show confidence in the running rugby. From their own 22, nearly intercepted there. That would have been a hammer blow. Well, there's a thin line between bravery and stupidity, and no sooner had I given them credit for running the ball than they nearly gifted Tonbridge an interception try under the sticks. It was Oakham themselves credited with that quick line speed. 2 interception tries in their quarter-final victory.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Steady.
2 Oakham alumni involved
7, bind.
in the Autumn Internationals this weekend. A rich rugby history here in Hamish Watson
Look at that side.
and Alex Good, continuing that right up into the highest level for Scotland and England respectively.
And just ensure you give those guys the 10 mark if you can, please, on the opposite side.
But their team really up against it here. So far, Tonbridge have shown the more composure. And the scoreline reflects that. 12-3 as the clock ticks towards 70 minutes. Rollinson, can he tidy it up here? Yes, that's much better. Clean ball at the front for Oakham. Garforth trying to do it himself, but it's a little bit lateral. Number 12 on his back. Mostly Williams, the top, showing good hands in midfield. Shovels it on to Jack Baxter. Clean ball from Baxter, and it's a good crash ball. The captain, Freddie Davis, takes it on, the man from Saints Academy. Probably not seen as much of the ball as he'd have liked to in this match, the big number 8. Garforth.
New advantage, never onside.
Fresh advantage then for offside from Tonbridge. This is better from Oakham though, looking to release the quick men up the right hand side.
No, hang on.
Oh, Wolstenholme there wanted the penalty, he was desperate to go quickly. And the referee's shown a yellow card for offside in the midfield. So just as Oakham are about to go back to their full contingent, Tonbridge are going to be down to 14. It's the inside centre, Ben Daveney, who's going to serve 7 minutes. The second yellow card for Tonbridge. Charlie Mullins, the scrum half, went off in the first half.
Get that, guys, gents, gap, please.
Ben Bolton-Smith, the outside centre for Oakham, will be rejoining play very shortly.
I don't think so. On the outside of us. Keep.
Oh, that's much cleaner ball for Oakham. And now this is much more organised from their 8 as well. Charlie Loesley-Williams with the ball at the back. He's told to use it by the referee, and again a little bit of lack of communication, and it's gone forward. Loesley-Williams thought that Wolstenholme had hands on it. He didn't. The ball goes to ground. And for the time being, the opportunity goes begging for the home team.
Hands off, guys.
So the referee calling Ben Bolton-Smith back onto the field of play.
Number off. Number off. 6. Exactly that, Bill.
Wally Wildblood is replaced. It's Guy Collins. Correction, sorry, that's Harry Hind with no number on his back coming on.
Crouch! Bind!
Matteo Petrosi then.
Steady, gents.
Tonbridge. Bit of a revolving door policy with that scrum half position today, but so far so good for them. They lead 12-3.
Steady and patience, okay guys? Steady, keep up patience. Your shoulders. Square it up. Fight this way. Crouch! 5! Set! Steady!
In from Petrozzi. Again, that scrum has been an excellent platform for Petrie to attack from. Hammered forward there by Sporforth. Turns Ben Bolton-Smith, filling in at fullback. Johnson Fisher outside him and finds him again, though it's a loose pass and they cough up possession inside the 22. Is this the chance? Is this the opening score? Yes, it is. Likiadopoulos gets the first try of the match to add to his 2 penalty goals. And Tonbridge now 17-3 to the good here at Oakham. Well, how often have we seen it in this match? Oakham have just not been able to keep control of the ball in their own 22. This time it was one mistake too many. Looking to release Johnson Fisher, Ben Bolton-Smith didn't have eyes on the man he was passing to. It was well gathered by the hooker, Drew Dainton, had the vision, picked up Likiadopoulos outside him despite the defensive attention of the Oakham left winger. He dabs down in the corner to take his personal tally to 11 points for the match. The first try of the match, and it is a long way back for the home team. Well, a tough kick for the right footer here. It's again, doesn't look the best strike, but does the business. The flags go up. Likiadopoulos, 3 kicks from 3 and the try. And Tonbridge all of a sudden in full control here. They lead 19-3 and look to be on their way to Allianz Park. Big groan from the crowd there. They enjoyed that collision, but really looks like it could be boiling over there. The referee, again, in full control. Tells Oakham exactly what the problem is, but they don't respond. He does by blowing the whistle. And Tonbridge, straight after scoring that excellent converted try from Likiadopoulos, get the penalty. And again, turn the screw and mount the pressure on Oakham. Well, very often, particularly at this level of rugby, we say that teams are very vulnerable having just scored a try. Oakham there really making it easy for Tonbridge, giving away that penalty unnecessarily. Tonbridge, of course, scored that converted try with 14 men on the pitch. With that yellow card clock counting down, 7 minutes of course in this format because we play 70 in the match. This is the exact part of the field where they'll want to be. Gathered well at the front by Dylan Taylor. Backwards, says the referee. Archie Sumner's in there putting pressure on for Oakham. Here's Adam Petrie. He's had a tireless second half for number 8. Petrozzi finds Sporforth. Lofted over the top here for Tonbridge, looking to find gaps. It's out the back door. Referee says it's gone backwards, but it's back in the hands of Oakham. Freddie Davis, the captain. Again, Oakham coughing it up inside their own 22. Ball going to ground. Fortunately, it's back with them this time, but referee says advantage over. That's Lucas Lovett, the substitute. Referee says the ball stripped again. It's been great communication from the official. The entire match really has kept control of this semi-final. The NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy in great hands with officials at this level. Robbie Burke has been fantastic throughout. And the penalty put into touch then by Harry Garforth. No correction.
Let's go, please. White. Let's go.
You see number 12, Ben Devaney there, looking eagerly at the referee to see if his sin bin is over. Drew Dainton again finds the man at the front, Dylan Taylor. Again, a little bit of needle there. Alex Worth, the Tigers man, wearing number 5. I think he's going to have another talking to here, as is Adam Petrie.
Skippers. Gentlemen, you not going to have an exchange.
Well, we've lost the referee's mic temporarily, but I can tell you the gist of what he's saying. That needle, that mouth they're giving each other, those reactions are unacceptable.
Yep, perfect, thank you. It's a scrum.
So scrum down. Oakham ball, the home team running out of opportunities to make something happen here at Doncaster Close.
Set, steady.
Another excellent scrum from Tonbridge.
Running it around. Max there. Max there.
Well, excellent pressure, but the referee spots an infringement. Big boot on that takes Oakham to just outside the Tonbridge 22.
We need to see a better referee on this side of the to stay square.
Surely now Oakham need to make something happen from this passage of play. Again, the referee not happy with the way they've set at the line-out. It's scrappy again, and it's gone back the Oakham side. Pressure from Petrie. It's been a real talisman in this second half. Taken forward by Devaney. Fresh from the sin bin, but he's knocked it on. It's back with Oakham. Scrum advantage, but the scrum not been particularly favourable to the home team, so they'll be looking to make something happen outside of the set piece, taken in by Harry Garforth. Try to control things from outside half in this second half. Here's the captain, Freddie Davis.
Move right! Move right! Advantage over.
Woolston home to. And outside him, he's back in there, looks right, and then goes left in the end. Ball shifted inside.
Look! No, right!
And it's been spilled forward.
Yes.
Penalty given, but they have to go quickly this time. Freddie Davis again. Big ball carrying captain, looking to impose himself on this match, but Tonbridge deal with the threat so far. Again, a loose pass, but could this go in favour for Oakham? No, can't on this occasion. Good line speed from Tonbridge. Eager to protect this 16-point lead with the Tonbridge player down on the far side.
Time off. 2.
Remember, these two teams looking to book themselves a spot at Allianz Park. The final of the NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy is on the 2nd of December. Bedford are already there. They defeated Epsom in a nail-biter, 5 points to 10. A huge, huge defensive effort at the end to book their place in their second final in 2 years. They won it in 2015. They want to win it again in 2016. But one of these teams will stand in their way, and it's certainly looking like Tonbridge. That organised pack really imposed themselves on the first half, and eventually the mistakes for Oakham told. The second row, Nico Likiadopoulos taking over kicking duties for the injured David Wilkinson. Wilkinson kicked 2 from 2 in the first half, but he took a bump on the head from the flying winger Tyrese Johnson-Fisher. Johnson-Fisher not really been able to find a way into this game. So as a result of that head injury, he was taken off and Likiadopoulos took over kicking duties. He scored a penalty, followed by another penalty. And then after that mistake in the midfield from Oakham, he strolled over in the corner and he converted that try from the left touchline as well. Swung that big right boot at it. It's an unorthodox kicking style, but a big performance from him. 2 penalties, a try and a conversion from the big number 5. Well, another yellow card has been shown. It's Drew Dainton, the front rower. That's 3 yellow cards from Tonbridge. And that's certainly one thing discipline-wise that Chris Morgan will look to stamp out moving into the final, should they book their place at Allianz Park on the 2nd of December.
Guys, your mark is at the front.
But again, in these conditions, mistakes do happen. The referee kept full control of this game. He has been quite lenient, but when action has been required, he's taken it. This time, Oakham go to the back. Could this be the spark that they need? Inside 5 metres, this is as organised as they've been. The ball is at the back with Rollinson.
That ball is out.
The ball's out, says the referee. Where is it and who's got it? It's still with Oakham. Wolstenholme to Garforth, a few dummies, the ball comes out to the left-hand side, there's space if they can get it there. Bolton Smith steps inside, it's a good tackle, but he's still going, and the offload. Tonbridge defending to the last. Ben Bolton Smith unable to find a way through, and is that the chance gone for the home team? Well, that's the first time we've seen them able to keep the ball in hand. There was a little bit of space there, there was good movement, they got it all the way out, but the drift, good from Tonbridge. They kept faith in their inside man, the end-over-end pass. Bolton Smith knew he couldn't go outside again. Suspect tackling technique there, it worked in the end, but the wrong shoulder on that. That was what led to the head injury for Wilkinson. But all's well that ends well, and Bolton Smith is dumped into touch. So the replacement hooker gets the ball in. Harry Hind also gathers it as well. More excellent organisation for Tonbridge as they march forward. Petrozzi with the box kick up over the halfway line. Bolton Smith has to have a little bit of fancy footwork and does well to gather that ball. Bolton Smith, he certainly hasn't given up on this one as the clock ticks towards 70 minutes. Tonbridge driving Oakham back. It's Alfie Dawson. Great line though from the captain, Freddie Davis. Has he got the gas to get there? Good tackle there from Sarawiwa to stop the galloping back row forward. Ball's loose again, backwards says the referee. It's gone forward off a Tonbridge hand. It's a scrum advantage to Oakham.
Advantage over.
Referee says advantage over as Dawson takes the ball in. The clock, our clock now has reached 70 minutes, but of course we go on the referees. Losi Williams. Shifted on by Freddie Davis. Alfie Dawson.
Thank you, Bill.
Again, gets the offload away. Bolton Smith.
Step right.
The movement from right to left is the option here for Oakham. But Tonbridge looks set in defence. Is there space? The hooker, Rollinson, takes it forward. Wolstenholme's in there again, switching it to the right this time. Dummy from Garforth, but he's tackled well, gets the offload away. Pass off the left hand. Conditions so difficult underfoot now.
Back.
And again, it's gone to ground. Johnson Fisher has lost the scrum cap now.
Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage. George Headsman marching over the top. Penalty taken quickly. Laid off to the number 17, Tom Davis. Gets the try for Oakham. But is it too little, too late? Looks a little bit deflated there, the winger. He started the match, we weren't expecting him to. He's been pretty tireless in this game so far. He's had a lot of work to do in defence. Right place at the right time. You can see how difficult it is. Petrie there offered no chase whatsoever. He must be exhausted from his efforts in this half. But that is the reward for the hard work of Oakham. But surely it is too late and no more than a consolation. Here's Garforth with the chance to take Oakham up to 10. Three steps and the strike, that is across the face. And that is full time here at Doncaster Close, and look at those celebrations from Tonbridge School. They've booked their place at Allianz Park and they have defeated Oakham 19 points to 8. 6 points off the boot of Wilkinson, made it 6-0 at half-time. Garforth for Oakham got the first points of the second to make it 3-6. Then it was the Likiadopoulos show. 2 penalties in a row to make it 12-3. Then the try to make it 17. He converted that to make it 19 and take the game out of sight. With the last play of the match, Tom Davis got the try for the home team. But Tonbridge booked their place at Allianz Park on the 2nd of December. They'll play Bedford, defending their NatWest Schools Cup Champions Trophy for the 2nd year in a row. We'll be there on Friday the 2nd of December. We hope that you'll be there too.
Keep getting the gator.
Well, stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy these celebrations from Tonbridge. A hard-fought victory here in Rutland against Oakham in very, very challenging conditions. They'll be delighted with that. I'll tell you who else will be delighted with that. The Tonbridge coach, Chris Morgan. Stick with us. We're going to try and get an interview with him very, very shortly. Full time here at Doncaster Close. Oakham School 8, Tonbridge 19.
That's all right. It was... Cheers, guys. Well done. Yeah. Cheers. Low-level sport and sort of TV channel.
forward, second back with us.
One thing we've worked on for the last 2 weeks, which we didn't get right against St Paul's, was kick chase. And that try came from just a good kick chase. We had 15 men across the pitch, one big hit, and we're through. That's all we needed.
Work ethic was brilliant.
I think we should thank the ref.
That's what we work on a Monday, boys.
Well, Tonbridge School's celebrations there. I'm going to try and catch Chris Morgan there, the director of rugby, because he'll be very, very proud of that. He used words like proud and special. He's just having some hugs and some smiles. But we've just listened into the team talk there post-match. 2 words you used, pride and special. I think they sum up this occasion.
Yeah, and just in terms of both sides, I thought, it was a great occasion. I thought there were 30 boys really proud to represent their school and give everything.
Well, tough conditions, but your pack today put on a fantastic display.
Yeah, we sort of pride ourselves in the fitness of our pack, and I think they got through a lot of work in pretty tough conditions. As you point out, I think we probably tried to play a little bit too much rugby in the middle of the park in the first half, but then I think our half-back started exerting some control and we really put them under the pressure.
What did you say at half-time? Because it was obvious that you were on top, but at only 6-0, opportunities to score at a premium. How did you kind of turn it around and really pull away in that second half?
Basically he said kick the ball. I think we didn't want the ball. It was one of those days where it's easier to play without it than it is with it. So I think it was just kick it, play in the right areas to field and wait for the opposition to make a mistake.
This is always a difficult one after a team performance like that, but can you pick out some particular performances?
I think Declan Sinclair, I think the second row, who I believe is a Kent fly half but plays second row for us, to step up and slot those penalties after David Wilkinson went off injured. I thought that was pretty special and showed a lot of character.
And, well, you mentioned there you've got some big matches, one big match before the final, but next Friday at Allianz Park, that's going to be an occasion to remember.
It will, and hopefully the surface will be a bit better than this. Well, it will be a bit better than this.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you next Friday. Good luck.
Thanks ever so much. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you next Friday.